Albin and Melanie journeyed to beautiful northern Italy.
The thing that impressed me is how they maintain tradition.
First stop, Lake Como, where the Yulis make a memorable entrance.
Can you believe this is how we just arrived at our hotel?
Join them and you'll discover Como's stunning scenery.
We see so much beauty in Como.
Take a tour of George Lucas's favorite villa.
How cool is that?
And learn about Como's obsession with speedboats.
This is gonna be fun. They had to do this.
We are at cruise speed, not top speed.
Then Albin and Melanie travel to the famous canals of Venice.
I've seen pictures of this my entire life.
But there's more to Venice than waterways and gondoliers.
I can't believe you
I can't believe I just saw that. Look at that!
God, you guys are vultures!
All this and more tonight on 1,000 Places to See Before You Die.
Oh no! Are you okay?
You see only 936 full moons in your lifetime. You live through only 312 seasons. And you get only 88 weeks of paid vacation. What if you had the chance to see the world? Meet Albin and Melanie Yuli, newlyweds with a spirit of adventure, who leave their lives in Colorado behind to go on the journey of a lifetime. Inspired by the book, 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, they lead us on a 5-month, all-expenses-paid odyssey around the world.
Some people have said to us, how can you put your life on hold? And our response is, how could you not?
1,000 Places to See Before You Die. After reading the 1,000 Places book, Albin and Melanie decide to come to Como, a serene, picturesque city just 45 kilometers north of Milan. Today, the Yulis will take in Como, hopping from lakeside village to village via seaplane, affording a bird's-eye view of water and land.
This is the first time Melanie and I have ever been on a seaplane, and it's a great way to see the towns and structures, villas around Lake Como.
To see the town of Como from above, from a seaplane, I think is a wonderful experience. It is for me that I fly since 1970, so it's 36 years this year that I fly, but every flight, every time, there is something new to see.
I think it's very weird.
I mean, the water's right outside the window. It's like being in a submarine, like we're about to go under.
Roberto, we've seen a lot of these seaplanes flying around here. Why do you think this is so popular here?
Because it's the only seaplane base in all Europe, this one here.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, so there's not really much seaplane flying except us here.
Well, this Lake Como is huge. How big is it? How long is
It's
it?
about 60 kilometers.
How you doing?
We see so much beauty in Como with the lake, the hillsides, and the villas, and the way we got to see it just made it truly special for us.
Does this lake ever freeze over at all?
No, never. It's too deep. This is probably the deepest lake in all Europe. The deepest point is about 500 to 600 meters.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it's 1,800 feet.
This has to be the best way to get from one end of the lake to the other. I can't imagine driving on all these narrow, windy roads.
Driving, it takes you about an hour. If you're lucky with traffic, of course.
Yeah.
Probably by plane, it's less than 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Hold on.
Nestled between the two fjord-like lakes of Como and Lecco is the captivating alpine town of Bellagio, one of the prettiest in Europe.
this is crazy. Wow.
Bravo,
Yay.
Okay, now we're turning off our engine.
That was exciting.
Can you believe this is how we just arrived at our hotel?
No.
No, me either. I can't wait to tell everybody, though.
I know.
I don't care which hotel you're landing at or staying at, even if it's a motel. If you show up in a seaplane, you just look cool.
Elegant Bellagio is the weekend home for many wealthy Milanese who come to enjoy its bracing mountain air and magnificent vistas. The spectacular lakefront views at the Grand Hotel Villa Serbelloni have inspired some of the world's great artists, including Italian composers Verdi and Rossini, and British poet William Wordsworth. He described the lake as a treasure which the earth keeps to itself.
My name is Giuseppe Spinelli. I'm the manager of the Grand Hotel Villa Serbelloni in Bellagio. Sono Lake Como. So when the Archbishop passed over, he left this house, to this property, to the Duke Serbelloni. The owner decided to keep the original style. Of course, updating, but the first idea is to keep the original style, the original ambience.
The look of contemporary Como is a mix of diverse styles, reflecting the changing political rule of the city, which has been governed by several nations.
We are in the center views of Como. This center is in the surrounding. There are walls. The walls protect the city during the medieval from the attack of the enemies. After that, the city built in large, so now Como is not only this center, but close to the lake and close to the mountains and close to Switzerland also. Como is famous for the silk because there are a lot of silk industries. Como is famous because its lake is one of the most big lakes in Europe.
The best time of year to see Como is between Easter and fall, when the balmy weather, one of the region's many sensuous pleasures, hovers in the mid-60s. Melanie and Albin will now get a closer view of Lake Como by way of steamboat on a journey of 146 kilometers.
How are you? Who are you anyway, for a start? Albin. It's nice to meet you. And why are you two so tall? We're going to take you out in the next couple of days, and you're going to be lots of nice, interesting people, and we're going to go to lots of nice, fun places.
Oh, welcome on board.
Yes, all right. This is Franz. Beauty.
Franz.
He knows everything.
Albin, nice to meet you.
He's going to tell us everything as we go chugging up the lake.
Excellent.
My name is Franz Punti. I'm just the director of this public transport company over the lake. The company is 70 years old, so it's part of the tradition of the city and of the lake too.
The riverboat tour around Lake Como is a really, really nice way to see all the different towns around Lake Como.
It's nice because the boat stops at each little town and you see people get on and off in each various community. And it makes it simple for people to get around the lake.
Now that the Yulis have experienced the lake by both seaplane and steamboat, it's time to speed things up. Como, attracting jet-setting travelers, is home to some of the world's fastest speedboats.
We are on the Lake of Como, this beautiful place, and we are on our factory, our boat yards. We are powerboat builders since 1875. I'm the fourth generation of a boat builder.
Does it fly?
Yes, it's the same concept of the airplanes.
How fast are you going in this?
It's 120 miles, 200 kilometers an hour, close to.
A tour of Abade's shop is a must for the speedboat aficionado. It's time for Albin and Melanie to get behind the wheel and take their speed demon for a spin on the fabled lake.
Well, here we go.
We are at cruise speed, not top speed. 80 kilometers an hour. Someone wants to drive the boat?
Do it. Get into it.
All right, what am I doing here? The thing about being in this boat going this fast is that it's a rush. I'm standing here driving a $400,000 boat. How cool is that?
The beauty and tranquility of Lake Como make it an ideal getaway for bold-faced names of past and present. Longfellow, Tennyson, and more recently, Georges Clooney and Lucas have spent time in this home away from home. The allure of Lake Como is undeniable. Precious few travel destinations are as peaceful yet stylish.
This is the trip where you can like hang your hat on the wall and be like, I did it. Oh, really? You've been there? Me too. I did that. But the funny thing about traveling is the more you travel, the more you want to. You can't ever hang up your hat. There's always going to be somewhere else to go. Always.
There are many vantage points from which to enjoy the lake's magnificence. The Villa del Babbianello, perched on the tip of a steep promontory overlooking Lake Como, offers an inspiring view. It's nearly the identical view that inspired Franciscan monks who lived in the villa when it was a monastery centuries ago.
Mi chiamo Antonio Filippone e sono il responsabile FAI di questa villa.
Rich in history and beauty, the villa is sometimes leased out for special occasions. Hollywood has taken advantage of the villa's beauty more than once. When George Lucas filmed part of the Star Wars prequels, and again when Bond, James Bond, jet-setted around the lake in Casino Royale.
George Lucas ho avuto un contatto diretto l'anno prima perché è stato portato qui da una delle guide ed è venuto a visitare la villa con la famiglia. E quando è andato via mi ricordo che mi ha detto ci vediamo presto e difatti l'anno successivo è stato di parola e è arrivato qui con la troupe per girare alcune scene di Star Wars episodio 2. Allora, questa qui sulla loggia hanno girato la scena del relax e la scena del bacio.
Isola Comacina, the only island in the lake, has an unusual history. Covered by dense flora, the island served as a safe refuge for locals escaping persecution during the Middle Ages.
My name is Benvenuto. We are at the Isola Comacina, Island Comacina, Lake Como.
Albin and Melanie journey to Comacina to enjoy a meal at Locanda dell'Isola. But first things first, the island's checkered history includes a curse placed on it centuries ago, and the Yulis want to do what they can to help lift the curse. So they attend a seance held every night to rid the beautiful Isola of any evil spirits.
What do you think? Is this place creepy?
It is creepy. The way it's set up, walking on the ramp from the dock, between the bushes, it's dark out, the occasional light, it creates a definite eerie feeling.
There is a curse on the island. It goes back 2,000 years ago. The Bishop of Como cast the curse upon the island. Anybody who come to build anything, to do business, would die violently. This was 1169. After World War II, 3 businessmen from Como came to the island, and the first 2 chairmen died tragically in 1 year, as the curse said, and the third one wanted to leave. Thank you to an English writer, Frances Dale. She came to the island, and she came to know the history, and she invited him to do a fire, because she said with that, he might take the curse under control. And since then, everything has changed. It's the Vestal Virgin. She tries, eh?
Okay.
If it's okay for her, it's okay for everybody, eh? It's good.
It's okay.
Luckily, Benvenuto has a little ceremony every evening to ward off evil spirits. And the legend has it that people have died tragically. And ever since they started doing this ritual, no one has died. So we got to participate.
After the vegetable, you help yourself whatever you want after, eh?
Excellent.
We do the same menu since 1947, eh?
That is good with the lemon. Isn't that delicious?
This is excellent.
Thank you, thank you.
Going to Isola Comacina was a good and unique experience because there was a seance, and it was dark and eerie. Then we had this great, incredible meal, and it's a great ending to a wonderful, unique evening. It was fun, and I'll never forget it.
Buon appetito, eh?
Grazie.
Prego.
How awesome was that tomato?
It was so good.
I don't get it.
Wow.
Why can't we do this at home?
At last, here's Venice, the city of dreams, wooing, disorienting, and exhilarating visitors like no other place, straddling east and west, yet belonging to neither. Venezia is like a once great queen who still manages to enchant and beguile. A trip to Venice becomes a perpetual love affair, is how author Henry James put it, a truth appreciated by a steady stream of awestruck visitors over the centuries. Slowly sinking into the Mediterranean, Venice is lined with 150 canals and 409 bridges, which serve as the city's highways of sorts. These sea roads are traversed by gondola, a distinctive water taxi originated as a means of transport for the rich. Nowadays, most Venetians opt for motorized water buses, but gondolas are still the most enjoyable and romantic way to glide through the city's corners and back canals. There are 2 peak travel seasons in Venice. During the summer months, especially in August and September, when the glamour of Hollywood and independent cinema shine down on the city for the annual Venice Film Festival. And also during Carnival, which runs for the 10 days prior to Shrove Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday. The heart of Venice, San Marco Square, is one of the world's most beautiful, most visited, and most photographed destinations. Its crown jewels include the Byzantine Basilica of St. Mark's and the famous Campanile, the tallest structure in Venice, an 8th century tower rebuilt after it collapsed without warning in 1902. the square serves as a stage for the intersection of history, commerce, and romance, offering visitors an array of cafes, hotels, and shops. No wonder French author Alfred de Musset called the piazza the drawing room of Europe, with crowds staring in wonder at elegant colonnades and facades. Housed on the square, the government of Venice made the most of a choice location, flaunting its wealth and power to the piazza's captive audience. The not-so-square square has cast a spell for many centuries as an object of Napoleon's conquests and the setting for Casanova's tempestuous affairs. The Piazza San Marco is the central landmark of Venice, an urban and cultural epicenter famous for its heady atmosphere, magnificent structures, and a madding crowd of pigeons and tourists, not necessarily in that order.
This is exactly what you expect to see here, you know?
It's pretty incredible.
Okay, I've seen pictures of this, I feel like my entire life. The pigeons in San Marco Square, yeah, I have. And now we're here, together, feeding pigeons. God, you guys are vultures! Please get on! You can't not laugh having your arms, shoulders, head covered in pigeons. I mean, it's hysterical. It is a weird, weird sensation, but it's so much fun. After going to a few of the 1,000 places to see before you die, it's making me realize that we've got a long way to go. This is gonna be a really long, incredible journey. And I can feel that we're about to impress upon something that's a lot bigger than ourselves.
Just a 3-minute boat ride from San Marco Square, set on the tip of the peaceful island of Giudecca, is the Hotel Cipriani. Like a private estate in the middle of Venice, the hotel is marvelously removed from the taxing hubbub of the tourist-happy town. It attracts the rich and famous with a sense of easy elegance and relaxed perfection.
My name is Natale Rusconi. I'm the managing director of this hotel, Hotel Cipriani. It's at the end of the island of Giudecca, just in front of St. Mark's Square. And it has been built, the hotel, by Giuseppe Cipriani. In 1958, it was opened.
The hotel's jewel-like annex, the restored 15th century Palazzo Vendramini, offers 12 exclusive apartments with personal butlers and heart-stirring views of the canal and the Doge's palace beyond. Much of the hotel's relaxed elegance is owed in no small part to its doting and famously charming general manager, Natale Rusconi, regarded with supreme respect in the hotel world.
The hotel has been constructed in the middle of gardens, which are very rare in Venice. And coming here and have tranquility and green, especially.
The historic hotel has been visited by world leaders and celebrities alike. One celebrity in particular has left his mark here.
Would you like to try the Buonanotte, the drinks, the cocktail that we invented? I personally invented for George Clooney.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
He was here for the cinema festival, and when he came back from the presentation of his film, I said, why don't you do a drink in honor of your film? And so I started to think about it, and started putting some lines, like I'm doing now for you.
Okay. The name of the drink is Good Night.
Good Night, yes.
So you named it? You named it?
No, he named it, you know? So I said, we invented the drink. Now we don't have the name. So he thought So he said, buonanotte, because good night, good luck.
Tell us what's in it.
Yeah, so here is half lime. We had 1 spoon of brown sugar. Fresh ginger, yes?
Love ginger.
Yeah. And now...
Cucumber.
Yes. But we have to
Interesting.
pastel it just a little bit, the cucumber, you know? Just a touch like this, you know?
Ooh, I already think I'm gonna like this.
Interesting.
You think so?
I think so.
Some droplets of angostura, portion of vodka. And the cranberry juice.
Yum.
Okay.
I don't know how you came up with this.
I don't either, but
You can try it. Not. Please, cheers.
cheers. All right. To George Clooney. It's good.
You like it?
I like
Very
it a
good.
lot.
Congratulations. I think you've discovered a good new drink.
So you can do.
Well, we're going to be here for a couple more days. So if you come up with any inspiration as to a drink called the Melanie,
Just
let
think
us
about
know.
it.
No pressure.
Think about it. I
If
know
it
you need a little
happens,
more
so
inspiration.
You give me more time.
you got 2 days. Make it happen.
Okay,
No, just
why
kidding.
not?
Well, thank you very much. It's very good.
Thank you so
Good
much. This is
recommendation.
wonderful.
Opposite the island of Giudecca, on the Grand Canal, is Gelateria Nico, with perhaps the best gelato in town. If you're in Venice, make your way to this unremarkable storefront for some remarkable, intensely flavored ice cream.
Gelato è sicuramente un piacere per chi lo mangia, perché non è né un pranzo né una cena, ma è sicuramente un piacere mangiarlo. E se è fatto con cose genuine è sicuramente la cosa migliore. Per esempio sulla Malaga ci aggiungo il vetro.
North of San Marco, in the Venice Lagoon, is the island of Murano, world famous as a leading exporter of all things glass, beaded mirrors and chandeliers especially. There are more glass masters here than anywhere on Earth. Some offer free demonstrations to the tourists who've come by water taxi to Murano.
Sì, il mio nome è Bardella Reno. Saranno 45, 44 anni.
I can't believe you
I
just
can't
said
believe I
that.
just saw that.
Io ho lavorato, sono andato in fabbrica, il pomeriggio andavo. La mattina a scuola e il pomeriggio in fabbrica.
This is the hot glass. And what is he doing right now with this?
Now he's going to blow it, and then I made a cylinder.
Just pulled from the furnace, molten glass is rolled in order for a cooler layer of skin to develop. Now, air is blown through the pipe to create a bubble inside. In order to keep the glass pliable, it must be returned to the fiery furnace, burning at a searing 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Like, I feel like I'm gonna get a sunburn just standing here.
My contacts
I
are just
know.
drying out. So what is he going to do with this
No,
now?
lasciala così,
I'm
Elena.
going to roll up on this. The technique, his name is roll up.
Roll up?
Roll up?
Yes. It's
And
the
that'll
thing.
put the color on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What is this going to be? A glass or a light fixture? Or
vase.
what? A vase?
A vase,
Okay.
yes.
How long has this tradition existed?
From Egyptian.
Oh, Egyptian?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Let's look at that.
This is paper.
Paper mache?
Yeah.
For what?
It's the only way to touch the glass.
Oh.
Making a vase.
So you really need to have an assistant.
I never see a master working alone.
Goes in
Usually
here.
you need 1, 2, 3 assistants.
Yeah.
So although it looks like we have an orange stripe vase, it's really blue stripes, right? I don't understand why it's not just falling off either.
I know.
The important that you never stop turning.
You always keep turning?
Yeah, otherwise the glass will go.
Okay. Wow.
See, it's the whole thing's, oh my
That's
gosh.
amazing. I can't believe it
The
won't
whole
break.
thing is stretching out.
Andiamo più vicino.
It looks like a tulip. Beautiful. Bellissima.
Can we try it? To blow it?
Yes, yes.
Inspired by the glassmaster's skill, Albin and Melanie are eager to get their first crack, no pun intended, at glass blowing.
More.
More?
Blow. Oh la
I feel like it's
la.
gonna pop.
Ooh. That's too much.
I don't know if I can blow anymore.
You're making a snowman.
Snowman.
Oh no! Are you okay? I'm sorry. It gets so thin, it feels like plastic.
Sophie. This is the reason, because you have to know how to blow, because it's to blow.
Wow.
Jeez.
It sounds like tin
like
or
paper.
plastic or something.
Yeah, it sounds like plastic.
Yeah. So that's lesson 1 in glass blowing, how to break it. I do find it very interesting that she does refer to him as the master, the master.
Oh, it is a cat.
Apparently, to become a master, while you're an apprentice, you need to work with him long enough until he calls you a master. And it is a difficult craft, so I understand why she calls him master.
Okay.
Wow, nice job, Mel.
Thank you. I'm very good at this.
Traveling teaches you more than any article, any book, any conversation ever could teach you, because you're actually experiencing everything.
Steeped in festive traditions, the culture of Venice has a theatrical flair all its own. Until the beginning of the 18th century, when Napoleon conquered Venice, its annual Carnevale.
Signora, buongiorno.
I'm going to show you this great mask-making shop, because masks may seem like stuff for tourists, but they have a very long Venetian tradition behind them. And I'm going to introduce you to Carlos. Oh, stop pretending to work. These are good friends.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, it's okay.
And, now, they're going to ask you a lot of things about masks, but could you please show them first how you make a mask?
Wow.
This is a new mask
Wow.
I wear now.
It's beautiful.
Io faccio prima la scultura in positivo.
Okay, so he makes a mold first, all right?
Dunque adesso stiamo finendo, devo fare 2 o 3 finiture e dopo facciamo il negativo in gesso.
On top of which he makes another mold in negative, should we say,
Yes,
in
we
chalk.
work in the negative form. Yeah.
What he's going to do is pour plaster over it, and it will turn into...
Okay.
Lo puoi fare?
Will we find masks in other places around Italy or mostly in Venice?
Ah no, solo in Venezia.
It's only in Venezia, he says proudly. Only in Venice.
Okay.
He says Venice is the one
Venezia-
place in Europe where masks are really the thing, because no other country has this kind of tradition.
Can we help?
Possono intervenire, possono fare qualcosa qui.
Yeah, if you want.
The thing that impressed me about the mask making is how they maintain all the old traditions and methods in making it. They've been making masks like this for hundreds of years, and they haven't changed how they do it.
Alvin, leave the dog alone.
Buongiorno. Buonasera. How's it going? Grazie, grazie.
As popular as the masks are, the city's best-known image is, of course, its gondolas. Gondolas are handcrafted in factories called squaros. Julian will take the Ulis to one of the few remaining squaros to see Venetian craftsmanship at its finest.
Ciao. Ciao. Now, one of the two, tu sei una dei due squeri ancora a Venezia, no?
Sì.
E da quant'è che fai questo?
Io sono qua da 12 anni.
Oh, he's been doing it for 12 years, hasn't he? It takes 2 months to build one, but they do a lot of upkeeping and maintenance on them. And there are 400 gondoliers in Venice and to keep these up.
Are they expensive?
30-40 mila euro.
Ah, 30-40,000 euros. One finished completely with everything. Come quello lì che c'è adesso, fuori. Sì, the one outside.
Questa prossima la sta aspettando da 10 anni. Questo...
E perché questo aspetta 10 anni?
Perché abbiamo molte ordinazioni.
No, They turn out 1 or 2 new boats a year because most of the time it's just maintenance. Ok, ti ringraziamo allora.
Grazie.
Buongiorno.
Grazie, thank you very much.
Ciao. Vieni fuori, va.
Ciao.
The thing that was unique about seeing how the gondolas are made, this guy still makes them by hand. They're still very popular, very expensive, but that's one thing we're seeing in Venice is tradition. They hold on to their traditions. It's nice to go to Italy and see that.
Quando è brutto, dai 100 ai 200.
The Ulis can't get enough of Venice. They take one last look via gondola.
This is gonna be fun.
I know, I think it is.
Had to do this, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Buongiorno.
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 You're gonna step here.
Come si chiama?
Roberto.
Roberto? Melanie. Albin. Nice to meet you.
Buongiorno. I can hear the music in my head,
I know.
you know?
Yeah, it's so weird to think that people have been traveling this way for hundreds of years, you know?
Roberto, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, since last week.
Since last week? Wow, we're lucky.
Good. You're a rookie?
And is this something that your family,
Oh yeah, it's been in my family for 5 generations now.
5 generations?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh, yeah.
remarkable.
Yep.
Do you love it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Notice how quiet it is? These are their roads. If you're stuck in traffic, this is it. Isn't this nice? So Roberto, when I've seen gondoliers and gondolas in Venice on TV, a lot of times they're singing. Do you sing?
No,
Or is that just something they do in Hollywood?
that's just Hollywood.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The tradition of kissing while passing under the Bridge of Sighs was featured in the 1979 Laurence Olivier film, A Little Romance. The lovers steal away to Venice in order to kiss under the Bridge of Sighs at sunset while the bells toll, so that they will stay in love for eternity.
bridge of size above you.
That's the Bridge of Sighs?
The palace to your left used to be the courthouse. So the captives, after being sentenced, would go from the palace through the bridge in order to go to jails, since they knew they couldn't get off alive from the jails, so they used to sigh on the bridge.
Are we supposed to be kissing under this bridge for good luck?
You're supposed to kiss in order to come back to Venice.
Okay, kiss.
Visiting Lake Como and Venice was a great experience. We got to ride in a seaplane, we got to ride in a speedboat, we got to ride a gondola around Venice. We got to have a lot of really unique experiences. We got to eat on a haunted island. How cool is that? I would love to go back, and I would certainly tell people that they have to visit, particularly Lake Como. Lake Como has so many little towns and so many great, charming people.
If you want to experience a very comfortable, relaxing, beautiful vacation that's full of tradition and culture, go to Italy. I'm initially struck by all the beauty and how many beautiful things are out there to see and experience. This is just the beginning of it. I mean, there's so many places around the world that have as much or more to offer. And now I'm excited about what the whole world has to offer us. I can't wait to see the rest of it.